Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. Well, I guess I don't need to put the club down because I'm going to talk about something I've been noticing in a lot of lessons, and especially anybody who's been with a lesson to me or a golf school knows that one of the things when I'm working with you, I'm going to get into asking a lot of questions, because I think the most important thing that for me helping you is based on two things. Number one, what I know in my mind, I somehow have to get into your mind. And so sometimes we can say things and what I believe I'm saying is not what the person is actually hearing, or at least getting it to have the same meaning that I intend it to be. So I find out when I'm working with someone and either A, they don't seem to be responding as well with motion, never mind the fact that they ask questions or whatever, or make a comment about the swing, or ultimately I start asking them about what they're feeling, what are you trying to do, you know, repeat to me how you understand what I just asked you or told you about the movement we're working on. And that's how I get to find that a lot of folks are don't quite interpret what we say, and they get it mixed up, and or sometimes we say it, but things are already in their brain, and they just get gobbled up with other things, are mixed up and mashed together with other things. And so the interaction between me and the student is very, very critical to make sure that we're both, so to speak, on the same page and trying to do the same thing. But sometimes when I get into these conversations with students, and other times it's just a case of where the student starts asking me questions or starts talking about this and that and that, I see that they're getting hung up in mechanics, all right? And they're trying, I know we're on the lesson tee and we're trying to do these things and work on these movements, but I'm especially now talking about times when I have gone out and played with some of my students and or played with other folks and hear them talking about what's going on in their swing, and they're getting all hung up on all of these moves, so to speak, trying to connect the dots. Are trying to make sure they get into this move here and then that move at the top and then this move down here and get through there. Well, you can't break the swing up into segments once you're really swinging to hit the ball, and you can't kind of connect the dots efficiently once you are trying to swing to hit the golf ball, because a golf swing basically from start to finish is continuity of flow. And it's pretty hard to have continuity of flow if you're thinking about this point and then that point and this point and that point, or two or three things back here and two or three things on the other side. It's just too many things. I mean, just think about if you were to start walking along and as you just walk, you just do it. It just happens. But if all of a sudden you started to think about how does, say I move my right foot first, how does my foot land on the ground? How does it move as the weight transfers from, say, if it lands with the heel forward and all the way to there, and then what starts this leg to move, and how does this one get down? I mean, you'd be into a point where you'd be lucky if you could walk 10 feet in 10 minutes. Okay? Well, the same thing in a golf swing. So where am I going here? I'm going to the fact that A, we need to have a two modes of thinking when we're hitting golf balls. The first mode is what I call practice mode. Practice mode, you can't think about motions and points in the swing and maybe even connecting some dots or segmenting the swing, but you can only probably concentrate on one or two at the most. And in some cases, I would think for most people, you're lucky if you could concentrate on one thought here and one thought in the finish, because at least if I hit my thought here, my brain can at least snap over real quick to where I'm going in the forward swing, and I think most brains can transfer that thought fast enough. But I think anything more than one on each side is pushing the envelope, really. So practice mode means we can't think mechanics, we can't think positions. But the big issue is in when you get to playing, you have to get into playing mode, and playing mode means feeling the swing. So you make good practice swings. I want you to feel the swing in the backswing and the forward swing. Feel the positions you want to get into, but just once you get up to hit the ball, it all goes back to just one thing and one thing only, feeling the swing. Okay? I want you to take it back, hit it, and you're feeling the swing. So practice mode could be mechanics. The swinging mode is feel the swing and swing the feel. We've talked about that numerous times. So get those two different modes separate and keep them where they belong. Practice mode on the range, playing mode on a golf course. And when you play, you're feeling the swing, and then swing the feel. That's it for the search for today, and I'll be talking to you all again soon.